Hi, I'm Linda Buchanan. The Stewardship Committee has asked me to talk to you about what St. Mary's means to me and why I give. I live in Bel Air and I've been at St. Mary's about 2 years. As a matter of fact, I first came on one of the first Sundays that Father Julian was first here. I know that's a very short amount of time compared to a lot of people at St. Mary's who have been here all their life. So my relationship to St. Mary's may be fairly different than some of you. I move around a lot, so I've had to go church shopping a number of times, and most of the time my experience has been that the church chooses me without any regard to any of the criteria that I might have. I come to St. Mary's along with my daughter and her family, but we don't necessarily set out to go to the same church. We know we have different needs that might not be met by a particular church. As a matter of fact, the last time we were looking for a church, my daughter had made up her list of things that she was looking for, and she began to visit churches, including some denominations that outside of the Episcopal Church. But one Sunday, after she had gone to another new church, she came home and said, "I think I found my church, but it doesn't have any of the things that I thought I was looking for." She was right. That church was overwhelmed with the Holy Spirit, and that church chose her. When I went to try that church myself, it chose me too. I do start out with a list of things I'm looking for. I want to see members of the congregation, including children, participating in all aspects of the service, acolytes and lay readers, and a variety of faces serving at the altar. I want to see diversity, all ages, all ethnicities, and people with different life circumstances and experiences. I want to give my time as much as my money, but like anybody, there are some things that excite me more than others. And having my ideas listened to and appreciated helps me feel part of the community. And one of my first ways to get involved in the church is to join the choir. I don't care if it's big or small, professional or casual, as long as they're willing to accept me and my average voice. I found all those things at St. Mary's, but yet that's not why I'm here. When I first moved to Bel Air, I tried Emmanuel, because it was just down the street from my house, and I really liked the idea of being able to walk to church. It also seemed to have most of these things I'm looking for. But I found there's something else that happens when I'm looking for a church. I may not know what it is, but something says, "Here, this is it." I did not get a here at Emmanuel. My daughter had tried St. Mary's a few months before I first came, but had kept looking because it didn't feel quite right to her. But I thought I'd try it anyway since, as I said, our needs are different. People were friendly. I think one of the first people that I talked to was Pat Weaver, and she's a wonderful ambassador for the church. Also, as I said, I think I came on one of Father Julian's first Sundays. So I knew nothing about why there was an interim priest, just that there was one. But I called my daughter and said, "You should try this church again. There's something new going on here. We should see what happens." And just like that, St. Mary's chose us and said, "Here, try this." As part of the transition team, I've had the privilege of getting to talk to a large cross-section of the congregation. And I've come to understand St. Mary's strong sense of community, which I value. I also value things like the hour available between services, which contributes to that sense of community, and will continue to be a strong asset when we can fully gather together again. Even though the pandemic has stripped away our ability to have activities, and I've lost things like attending church in person and my beloved choir, St. Mary's is going through a tremendous time of discovery. I see a congregation working hard to learn and grow and find a new path. I do make a pledge to St. Mary's, not to fund anything in particular, but because it's what you do when you belong to a community. I give what my heart says and trust God will help me with my budget. I can see the tremendous amount of effort that the leadership and the staff at St. Mary's has put into creating new ways for us to stay together as a faith community during these extremely stressful times. That's a huge commitment on their part. So now it's our turn to make a commitment financially to supporting St. Mary's. Watch the bulletin and check your mail and the website for forms and all the stewardship deadlines and make your pledge. Even though many things have recently been forced upon us by circumstances, it provides us an opportunity to allow the Holy Spirit to take on a new form at St. Mary's. We can become what God has chosen us to be, and I can't wait to see what that is.